Before the Lakers shipped off Anthony Davis, an absurdly versatile modern big who could slot into virtually any lineup, it was AD himself who went on ESPN and begged Lakers management to bulk up on the interior. External pressure from LeBron James had been a routine, and something that we were all numb to, but seeing AD, the quiet superstar who rarely spoke up, applying pressure and on national TV, that is how you knew that the Lakers weren't just dealing with some minor inconvenience. This wasn't something small and annoying like stepping barefoot on a stray Lego piece that seemed out to get you. They were facing a serious problem. And how did they respond to AD's request? They traded him, and they landed Luka Doncic. It was a tough move for AD, but undoubtedly a boss move for Pelinka and the Lakers. But the move created issues of its own. And unsurprisingly, some people have already been frustrated with the way that this problem has been addressed because of the preseason. Preseason, guys. We are talking about the preseason here. But before we continue, if you are enjoying the content, then don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I know it all seems really small, but it all goes a long way in supporting the channel. My family's growing quickly, so I'm saving for a reliable SUV and aiming to get my expenses under control. This is where today's sponsor Rocket Money comes in, as they're here to help. Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. Since I'm eyeing that new car, it's the perfect time to use Rocket Money to trim some unnecessary expenses. Rocket Money is so helpful that Rocket Money will automatically scan your bills to find savings. With a couple of taps, Rocket Money can help negotiate your bills for you, from internet service to cable and phone bills. No need to worry about customer service calls. Let the app's negotiators go to work for you to try to get the best possible rate. Rocket Money has helped its customers save up to $740 a year when you use all of the app's premium features. They've also helped customers save over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. To save more and spend less, because who wouldn't want to do that? Join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/getlikecoop or click the link in the description to get started for free. Thank you, Rocket Money, for coming out and sponsoring today's content. The Luka Doncic trade was obviously amazing for Los Angeles, but all of a sudden, what was a big hole at big man turned into a massive crater. With no Mark Williams in sight, Rudy Gobert turned into prime Godzilla, leaving the Lakers running for cover in the first round of the NBA playoffs. I've shared this tweet with you all before, but it never got the attention that it deserved when I posted it to X, so I'm sharing it again. I said, Rudy Gobert legacy game? I'm freaking crying. The Lakers should have just signed the tallest fan in the parking lot before this game, because I'm sure that JJ Redick would have trusted the tallest fan in the parking lot more than he trusted Jackson Hayes for that series. With the Lakers clearly needing something, anything on the interior, you would have thought that the Lakers would have gotten desperate this offseason and chucked some assets at the wall for one of the many bigs that they had been rumored to get in the past. Those Lakers getting a center rumors have been going on since Fred Flintstone had his driver's license. With no AD and skinny Luka on the way and on a championship journey, now seemed like a great time to go ahead and make that move. But the Lakers' big move for a big man wouldn't be them shipping off any assets, as they would be a big beneficiary of the buyout market. One day, it's going to be my team that's a big beneficiary of the buyout market, but that day just isn't today. The buyout market isn't perfect though. The risk in counting on buyout players is that you're often gambling on guys whose former teams decided that they'd be better off without them. DeAndre Ayton was bought out partly because Portland wanted to create room for Donovan Clingan and Young Hansen, two promising young bigs who have bright futures in the league. But another significant factor was that Ayton was no longer the same player that he once was. He wasn't bad, but if he'd still been playing on that level that earned him a massive contract in Phoenix, then Portland likely would have found a trade partner for him instead of resorting to a buyout. But it's easy for players to lose motivation when they go from breaking franchise records for wins to a team that's racking up ping pong balls. Ayton himself admitted that during his time with the Blazers, that he felt somewhat forgotten. I can tell you one thing for sure. He will not have that problem in Los Angeles. Ayton's preseason debut with the Los Angeles Lakers would come against his former team, the Phoenix Suns. And we all remember how ugly that things ended between Ayton and the Suns. Ahead of the game, Book, Ayton's former teammate, had a chance to comment on what Ayton would bring to the table for the Lakers. And he said this.
I guess we'll just have to see, you know? Yeah.
Super funny question from the reporter that sets up this next clip perfectly.
Go. Ayton trying to get post position, but Iguodala doing a nice job of boxing him out. That time forces the miss for the former Sun.
Book didn't believe in that shot at all, and Book wasn't even Ayton's harshest critic. Some of the comments that I saw from this game about DeAndre Ayton would have made Skip Bayless proud. Ayton's forgettable night of 1 point, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and 4 turnovers in just 18 minutes during the Lakers' 103-81 loss had a lot of Lakers fans shaking their heads. And this is exactly what I was afraid of for DeAndre Ayton. The spotlight in LA burns brighter than anywhere else. As Kobe famously put it, it takes a special person to want to play for the Lakers and embrace all of the pressure that comes with it. This was just a preseason debut for a guy that was recently bought out. But I'm sure a lot of fans would have still been mad even if the guy was playing for free. But the passion that these guys have is one of the beautiful things about LA sports. It's worth noting that neither Luka Doncic nor LeBron James played in Ayton's preseason debut with the Lakers, two stars who would have relentlessly targeted Ayton. Without them, Ayton ended up getting the full Gobert treatment. His teammates ignored him like he was invisible, even when he was wide open. If you've ever stepped on a basketball court, or any field really, you'd know that there's nothing worse than being open and still not getting the ball. We've all experienced playing alongside someone who is convinced that they're a prime Neymar, Lamar Jackson, or James Harden, when in reality, they're closer to something like a Julian Newman than something like a James Harden, relatively speaking. Julian is better than the average person, of course, but the talent gap between him and even a Brian Scalabrine is massive. Here's a perfect example of that Gobert treatment. Ayton does a great job sealing off the smaller defender right at the start, but instead, the ball skips over to Vanderbilt in the corner, someone who isn't exactly reliable from deep. Ayton's calling for it again as the ball swings to Hachimura. Hachimura could have been more decisive driving here and settles for a bad running shot, when at the very least he could have tossed up a lob to Ayton. Worst case scenario there, Ayton gets fouled from behind. But he's in such a good position that he just grabs the offensive rebound anyway. Typically, the bigger you are, the luckier you are when it comes to grabbing these offensive boards. This scenario played out several times throughout the game, but as we just saw, occasionally Ayton's effort and positioning still paid off with an offensive rebound, something that Lakers fans surely appreciated seeing. Ayton's rebounding and defense flashed, and as long as he stays active, the offense will follow. Luka and LeBron could probably turn Patrick Starr's rock into a scoring threat if they needed to. Remember what they managed to do with Jackson Hayes last season. I still haven't forgotten some of the hot takes that they had you guys dropping about this guy. I saw some nasty, lively comparisons. Look, I saw it all. But even if they weren't elite playmakers, between them and Austin Reeves, that's more than enough scoring as long as the rest of the team does anything. Ayton's point totals shouldn't worry you as long as he's handling the little things like he was brought in to do, even if he does miss some bunnies. After the game, Ayton addressed the media and acknowledged his quiet offensive performance.
Yeah, I wanted to show the team I'm more committed on the defensive end more than the offensive end. In a way, like I said from the get-go, I'm not really here for numbers. I'm just here for whatever the Lakers really want me to do. And main objective is really protecting that rim and closing out possessions. And I had fun, man, just blocking some shots today, and just being that anchor. And, seeing how the guys are responding to me. Just the terminology and stuff like that, just to get out and. Just be out in our offense and create from our defense. So it was fun. It was fun today, honestly. Like I said, this is an account, so everything matters. It doesn't really matter if you shooting, scoring. You got Doncic, you got LeBron James, and Austin Reeves. You know what I'm saying? You trust those playmakers, and if you get more than 2 shots, then that was how the game's supposed to go. JJ trusting these dudes to be our main primary ball handlers, and me being the big man in the paint. So, I'm absorbing all of that. And yeah, it'd probably be hard not to touch the ball with them great playmakers, to be honest.
Remember how incredibly efficient that Chris Paul had Ayton playing in Phoenix, with him averaging 17.2 points on 63.4% from the field. Now, he gets 2 near Chris Paul level passers in Los Angeles. I was eager to see how Ayton would respond after receiving criticism for his debut. But once again, the skeptics had plenty to point out. He finished with a team worst -25 alongside his fellow starters, who also posted negative plus minuses, with Luka, LeBron, and Reeves out. In 21 minutes against the Warriors, Ayton had 7 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a turnover, as he went 3 of 8 from the field. In this game, he clearly came out with an aggressive mindset, and the team actively found him early, allowing us to witness that vintage mid-range skill set that helps to make him such a valuable partner for pick-and-roll ball handlers. This versatility is exactly what sets him apart from someone who's more of a pure finisher like Jackson Hayes. Ayton is an all-around short roll monster, again, much better than Hayes in that regard. Another key distinction from Hayes is Ayton's impact as a defensive anchor. He again flashed impressive rim protection, offering the Lakers a defensive presence on the interior that they simply didn't have last season. I don't expect Ayton to be prime DeAndre Jordan or anything like that, but just him being there makes a difference. While Hayes is going to rack up more flashy blocks and crowd-pleasing rejections, Ayton's combination of physical presence and superior basketball IQ cements him as a defensive cornerstone in ways that Hayes simply can't match. If Ayton is hungry, then he can be a serviceable rim protector. If the Lakers had Ayton anchoring the defense last year, does Rudy Gobert still get that 27 and 24 legacy performance in Game 5 that I posted about? Now, Hayes does do this pretty well, I can give my props, but check out Ayton stepping out on the perimeter here and surviving on an island alone with Jimmy Butler. He forces him to pick up his dribble in the paint, and then he caps off the possession by securing the defensive rebound himself. Ayton will undoubtedly face heavy scrutiny and perhaps even become an eventual scapegoat as a Laker, but he's also bound to deliver some monster performances. I'm definitely grabbing him in fantasy hoops. He will for sure be a part of my title defending squad. Vando's been impressive as well. We have to talk about Bronny and connect more, so be on the lookout for that. This year's Lakers team can be dangerous, but it'll ultimately be on them to realize how dangerous they can be. Let me know in the comments below how you guys see this DeAndre Ayton stuff unfolding. Will he be another Andre Drummond, or could he be one of the Lakers' missing pieces? Whatever he gives LA on that contract, I'd be smiling regardless, but as I say, that's just me. Anyways, there's some more going on in the basketball world that we have to be covering, so clicking one of the videos that's on the screen right now is a great way to support this channel. I'm Get Like Coop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.